Let me play around with this. Oh, that made me look like a doll, baby. Oh, no, it got fake stuff on it. Oh, that look bad. I'm shining bright like a diamond. Oh, that's neat. That's so neat. Glitchy. That is so cool right there. Oh, I like that. That's cool. They had one on here that was really, really nice. Oh, shit. I already got 4 people watching. I'm on here messing around with these filters. Oh, my God. Shit. How do I... I'm trying to get this filter off. I don't want that. Yes. I don't want that neither. I want this to get off of here. Oh, shit. How do I take all of this off? There we go. I already got people watching. Y'all didn't even let me get myself prepared. That light is in the way. Jeremiah. Jay. Come cut this light out in here. Who we got on? I don't even know how to see. I know we got 7 people, but I don't even know how to see it. Oh well. Cut the light off right there. Over there, son.
Okay.
Cut the light off. So it won't be such a... No, cut this light off and then cut the other light on.
Okay.
So cut that light off and then cut the other light on. You know what? Leave it like that. That's cool. This is a vibe. Okay? This is a vibe right here. I like that. So y'all, I'm going to let a couple of more people get on. Because we ain't got for you. But a lot of... Okay, son.
Oh, anything else you need?
No, that's all I need.
Let me say hi. Let me say hi to the chat. Hey, chat. Am I on here?
Bye, Jay.
Okay. Hello, guys. How you doing?
Okay, bye, son. Jay. Yes, I like this little setting. This is a whole vibe right here. I don't know how in the world... Anyway, hello to my 7 people that's on here. I'm going to try to let a little more get on. The reason why I'm going live tonight, so... Y'all know a couple of days ago, well, 2 days ago, actually yesterday, I put up basically a I'm still here my mama trying to join my live. This is basically like a I'm still here live, I guess. I made a post about my time that I spent in a mental hospital, and everybody was messaging me yesterday like, when did this happen? So for those of you who are close to me, hey, Gary Robinson, I don't know who you are, but hey. So for those of you who are close to me, I don't know if y'all remember that time period where it was like a week and I was just missing. Yeah, they don't really, mental hospitals aren't really phone friendly, I'm gonna say that. So yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here to talk to y'all about it. Y'all know that I am not shy by any means. I'm not shy. So I don't mind opening up about my personal experiences and what happened. I got tired of, I was responding back to the same messages over and over, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go live and just tell them all about it. So that way can y'all see me pretty good, or do I need this? Oh, that's too much? No, that's too much. That's way too much. Yeah, we're going to keep this low vibe. It's a vibe right now. So that's why I'm waiting to have everybody on here get out. I just need something to drink. So that... All right, I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I'm getting calls. So anyway, I'm just here to... let y'all know about my experience, what happened or whatever, what events led up to it, and all that good stuff. So we're going to get started. And this is a trigger. It may be a trigger for somebody because we are going to talk about suicide attempts and stuff like that. Just a warning for you who all, this is a sensitive subject for you. But like I said, when I put my post up, which I ain't gonna say I had hidden it. Hey, mama. My family knew, but not everybody else had known about what had happened with me. So, at the beginning, I can't say I was ashamed. Just the people that I was associated with at that time was like, no, nobody. Hey, London. We got London on this track. I'm just joking. That was just funny. I couldn't help but to say it. But the people that I was associated with at that time was like, no, you don't need to tell people. You don't need to put people in your business and stuff like that. And a lot of people probably still think that. Oh, you just always, London, you're so funny. Get on there and tell your business. But I talk about my situations and the things that I've been through because I want to help others. When I went through my depression and things that I went through, I had women, older women who mentored me, who, hey, cuz, who told me their life experiences and the things that they had been through. And that just shined the light and opened up to me. Like, you've been through that and you just sitting here looking all fine and you just going on with life and you just being happy and everything. And one of my biggest role models, the biggest role model, really the only role model I got is my mama. And we talk all the time about, you know, certain situations and things in her life and things in my life and stuff. And it's just like, I love when people talk to me about the things that they've been through and let me know their experiences, because obviously it's letting you know, Tasha, you crazy. It's letting you know that, hey, you can get through this. So it was August the 28th of 2020. It was 2 years ago that I decided, hey, life is enough. I'm trying to go to the upper room, and I was willing to let it happen. And people, and I guess that's why I'm doing this live, because people was messaging me yesterday like, what? Like, when did this happen? Like, we didn't know that this happened or whatnot like that. And I'm like, yeah, it really did happen. And now I'm finally opening up about it. Anyway, so I looked up some statistics, and it says in 2020, which was the same year that it happened, when you're done with it, you sure can. This is Aubrey. So in 2020, an estimated 12.2 million American adults seriously thought about suicide. 3.2 million planned a suicide attempt, and 1.2 million attempted suicide. And of course, I was a part of that 1.2 million. This was in 2020. Also in 2020, the suicide rate among males was 4 times higher than among females. So for every 100,000 people, it was on like 5.5 females and 22 for the males. I'm opening up about that weed. Tasha is a peer support specialist for anybody that needs help. Thank you. Thank you, Walter Jones. Like I said, Tasha is a peer support specialist for anybody that want to talk. So anyway, so those statistics were just like crazy to how many Americans and people have thought about it, especially among men. Because a lot of times we look at the male species as supposed to be strong and powerful, but there was 4 times more males in 2020 that attempted suicide. Stop watching this and bring your ass home. That attempted suicide over females. That is just like mind blowing to me. And the fact that 1.2 million people attempted suicide in 2020, 12.2 million Americans seriously thought about it. That's why I always say you have to check on your strong friends. You got too many phone calls now. You have to check on your strong friends. You have to check on people who always have a mask up, who always seem like they're okay and they're not. Because I felt like, and I told somebody this one time, that I was in a room full of people and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but my mouth was closed. Because it's like I was screaming for help, but nobody, the only person that really knew was my mama. For those of you who have kids, you know when something's wrong with your child. I know when I ask my son if something wrong with him, he be like, oh no, I'm all right. I'm like, Jay, I know something wrong. And that's like the only person that knew was my mama. She's the only one that was like, no, something wrong with you. You better tell me. Because she is not going to let up until you tell her. So anyway, so like I said, it was August the 28th, 2022. What happened was, I'm going to check in. Oh, you're so sweet. But y'all, I am okay now. So, but I'm just letting y'all know about the time when I wasn't okay. But anyway, so what happened was, hey, I just decided, like I said, life was too much. I had been dealing with so much emotional and traumatic things that I had been through. And I said, you know what? This bottom of this bottle of pills is going to be my answer. Because I just cannot take it anymore. So that's what I did. So anyway, my daughter ended up calling my mom because they came in my room and couldn't get me up. So she called my mama. And my mama came over to the house. And She couldn't get me up. She called the ambulance. And the ambulance came and got me. And all I really remember is, like, I remember being on the ambulance, but I just remember it moving a whole lot. That's all I remember. Like you could see like the lights or whatever. Like, you know, you was moving in something, but you wasn't really moving, if that makes sense. But anyway, they took me to the hospital, and I was there, and I woke up like the next day, and I was so, when I say so sick, I felt like I was never ever going to eat again. My head was pounding and everything. I was just like, God, I couldn't even get that right. Like, I'm still here, but I was so sick to the stomach, so confused, didn't know what was going on. I'm just like, where am I? Like, how in the world did I get here? And I was just like, I just remembered that night when it happened. I was so, when I sat in my room on my bed, you know, I cried out to God, and I said, God, this is too much for me. Like, you say you don't put no more on us than we can bear, but I just cannot do this no more. I cannot take this. I'm looking at my phone at all of these messages that this particular person had sent to me, and all of these terrible things they were saying about me, and just everything that was just happening in my life at that time. And it was just like a whirlwind. And a lot of times we get to that point where we feel like we're just over flooded with stuff. Those are the times you need to talk to somebody. A lot of times people don't want to open up about their feelings. They don't want to open up to people about how they are. And everybody's not an open book like me. I see that. But you have to find somebody. Even if it's a stranger, sometimes people open up better to strangers. So even if it's a stranger, you got a pastor or therapist online, or your mom, or you got a grandma or a sister or somebody that you can talk to. You have to keep it, you have to express it. And that's what happened to me. For so long, I kept stuff bottled up from like years ago when I was married. And when my kids were young, I kept the stuff bottled up, and it was just tearing at me. And I was spending my whole entire life trying to make others happy, trying to appease other people, trying to do other things. And I was tearing myself up on the inside. And that's what ultimately led me to that. I had just been dealing with so much, and I didn't want to open up about it. More so because, you know, people thought that I had it all good because, oh, you know, you got a good job and you make good and stuff like that, and you look good. Like, sometimes I would tell my mom, I said the more I would dress up would be the sadder I would be, if that makes sense. Because on days when I really felt like, that's someday I'd be driving to work and I'd just be like, you know what? I wish I could just drive my car out the road and just die in a fiery crash. And I know that sounds like crazy, but there are so many times that I thought that because I was just so depressed. I was just drowning in depression. So if anybody out there is feeling overwhelmed with stuff, we all get overwhelmed. Whether it be, yes, you're right, Brandon, looks can be deceiving. Whether it be home life or work life or kids, you have to seek help. You have to. Now, I know everybody in here might not be spiritual or deep. I mean, I'm not even deep in the church, but I do believe in reading your word. I do believe that brings comfort. Listening to worship music. I can't even listen to worship music going to work. These little eyelashes that I got be gone because I be crying so hard. But you have to have that outlet. So an outlet that I use now outside of talking my mama's head off, listening to worship music, I tried journaling. I have so many. Y'all got so many of these journals. These things be $1. $1. I got so many journals that I use. I journal and put my thoughts down. I type my thoughts up. So I do all that. There's so many different outlets that you can use instead of holding the stuff in. So anyway, fast forward after all this happened, the process after it happened. So eventually the next day, once I woke up and everything and I realized what had happened, thank you, baby. You're so sweet, Brandon. I called my mama and I'm just like, Mama, I'm sorry. And she was like, Keisha, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get through this. So she said, this is what's going to happen. See, my mom was acting like, y'all seen that movie Taken when his daughter was getting kidnapped and he was telling his daughter what's going to happen? That's how my mom was. She said, okay, you're going to go away. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to go away. Since you're doing so much better in life, can you pay my light and water bill? Oh, yeah. And my car insurance. Thanks in the bag. Do it, see. You got to have a cousin like Tasha to keep you laughing at all times. That's for sure. But yeah, my mom was telling me, she said, they're going to take you. They're gonna come in there, they're gonna shackle your hands and your feet. And I'm like, Mama, what? Like, what are you talking about? They're not, no, it's a big misunderstanding. Okay, it didn't. But she was 1000% correct. She had actually already dropped my bag off. So that's why she was telling me, because she already knew it was coming. She was like, don't be afraid. Look in your bag and read that letter that I left in there for you. So I opened my bag of clothes because the police came in, because they do bring the police. Damn, you could have cooked. What are you talking about? They bring the police in, and they brought me my bag, and in the bag was a letter that my mama wrote me, and she told me to read this letter every single night before you go to bed. And they brought them shackles in. Girl, when I saw them, let me tell y'all, when I saw them shackles, I was just like, Mama, you was right. So they handcuffed me, they shackled my feet. And keep in mind, and this is why I had even brought this up in the first place, because yesterday I put the post came up where I went and got my nails done. No, this thing though. Oh, okay. So I had my nails done and my hair done that same week. I had my hair done that Wednesday, my nails done that Friday. So they're at the hospital shackling me because I'm in the psych ward. I'm in the crazy part of the hospital. And I'm sharing a room with 3 men. We all in the same room. We had to bathe in, like, they brought you like a little tub to bathe in. Y'all, I'm gonna leave that part out. So anyway, and no, I can only use Dove. Can't use that cheap ass soap. But yeah, they brought the shackles in, and I'm dolled up, y'all. I just got my hair crocheted, my nails is blinging, and I'm just like, they looking at me like, girl. So anyway, they shackled me and put me in the paddy wagon. I had to get on the van. I had to go all the way to Winston-Salem. It was, Winston-Salem was like an hour from Eden, but it felt like so long when you're in the back of a, I don't know if any of y'all ever been in the back of a police van, but it's not comfortable. The seats are like steel. They don't buckle you in, and I'm handcuffed, and I'm sliding all over the place. I'm handcuffed and I'm shackled. And they did separate me from the men. The men, they all had to be in one little part together. I was in a little small part. So anyway, they shackle me, and they take me to this place called Old Vineyard in Winston-Salem. It's a mental health hospital. And that was such a life-changing experience, right? Tasha, my God, says she keeps you going, and we love you, Keisha, look at God. Oh, I love you too, Kia. So I get there, like I said, it was a life-changing experience. I got there the first day, of course, I cried. Hey, Justin, I haven't talked to you in years. Oh my God. How you doing? So I get there, like I said, I cried the first day. I called my mama, and this is like right when COVID started. So you couldn't have any visitors. And I called my mama, and I was just like, Mama, I'm just so sorry. I just don't know what to do. I don't even know how long I'm going to be here. As I start, now when you get there, they check you out just like they do in jail. You got to like bend over and cough. They took my hairpins out my head. They had to, they check you out. Like, I couldn't even wear a bra. As big as my boobs is, I can't wear a bra because it has a wire in it. They have sports bras, but they didn't have any clean that was my size. So you couldn't wear a bra. And Lord knows, Tasha, something is wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. So they said, okay, you can go in here and put your clothes on. Now, y'all know my mama packed my bag. If y'all know anything about my mama, why does mama have me up here matching outfits? Mama, I am in a mental hospital. I got yellow pants. I got bright shirts on. I got Jordan slides. I'm like, Mama, where did you think I was going? Why am I matching? Why do I have to have on matching clothes? I got blue pants. I'm just like, are you serious? So anyway, I was able to put my clothes on. Didn't have no bra. And I wonder why everybody want to be in my face, because I'm walking around just no bra. They ain't even try to substitute for nothing. You couldn't have like any, like the cream that I have for my eczema. Like, they had to take all that and lock it away. It was just, I'm telling you, it was an eye-opening experience. When you put somewhere and you have to ask somebody to unlock the door for you to go to the bathroom. You have to get up when they say get up. You have to go eat when they say eat. They had activities and stuff for us to do. The food there was absolutely. Alicia Carey, you was going too cute. Shout out to Joanne. Girl, I was too cute. I'm telling you, I had my nails done, my hair done, and I had on matching outfits. They thought that I was like undercover boss. They was like, I remember the dude who cooked in the cafeteria. He was like, "Girl, you know you too damn fine to be in here. What's wrong with you?" And I remember we had like a coloring contest and I won second place. Kudos to me. And I got to put my picture up on the wall. But we had a coloring contest and we sat down to color because this is what you do when you're in there. We play charades and stuff. And I had markers and crayons. I was like, dang, we ain't got no color pencils. And they was like, girl, you trying to kill yourself. We can give you no color pencils. I was like, oh my God, I was like, dang, like we can't get no color pencils. And to get the pencils, you had to say, hey, Mr. Such and Such, can you unlock this door? Anyway, overall, it was a very therapeutic experience. It really helped me out a lot, being in there, being restricted, but at the same time, teaching me different values. We had different little games and little sessions that we would have about why we ended up here, what things that happened that led to that. And I learned that a lot of the people and things that I had in my life, I was allowing them to dump things on me. Not pointing the finger, but saying to myself, like, Keisha, you have to change these things. You have to change that. Events and emotions that I had that led up to it was just so much that happened. Like the people that I was associated with in my life, the relationships that I was in, so many different things that led me up to that. But at the end of the day, I am the one that's in that position. I'm the one that's locked away or going through what I went through or whatnot is me. Not only that, it affected my. I gotta hurry it up. It affected my family and friends, and a lot of times the choices that we make, we don't realize they don't just affect us. Because while I was away, where do you think my kids was? With my mother. And this was during COVID when kids were being homeschooled at home and all that stuff. And my mama had to get internet, and she just had to jump on board and be a full-time mom all over again, just like that. So shout out to my mom, of course. Y'all know I always talk about this lady. She has my heart. But a lot of times, like I said, the choices that we make not only affect us, but they affect our family and friends. So I had to realize that, like, you know, just because if you're going through something, your family would rather you call them and talk their head off or go and get help somewhere than for them to be looking at you in a coffin because you just didn't reach out or you just didn't say anything, or, you know, they ask themselves why. You know, I had, you know, family members ask me, like, you know, after it happened, like, well, what made you do that? Like, well, why would you do something like that? You just seemed so happy. Like, what was going through your mind? And that's the thing. You need to reach out and let people know what's going on. Like, what's going on with you, how they can help you. I think if we band together more and come together and try to help one another, we all have busy lives. We all have things that we do and, you know, all types of outside extracurricular stuff. But we need to take time not only for yourself, just to take a breath and just to, you know, take time for you, but you also need to take time to check on people. That's why every contact I have on my phone, I send them encouraging messages. I send them scripture, or I send them just encouraging stuff. Just, hey, girl, I'm just checking in with you, sis. You need anything? You good? That's what I do because I want to be encouraging to people because you just never know what somebody's going through. My Aunt Pearl, y'all don't know Pearl Wickerson, that's my auntie. She always sends me positive things. She called me CEO, and I'm hanging on to that. I'm not going to let that go. She's always sending me positive stuff. My mama is always sending me positive stuff. My best friend is always sending me positive stuff. My cousin keep me laughing. My sister keep me laughing because they know I'm crazy. Something wrong with me. But in a good way. So that's pretty much the spiel on it. If you are having those feelings that I had that night where I felt like that was the end and there was nothing, you know, God, just take me now, let me go into the upper room. You do need to talk to somebody and need to seek some help in, you know, positive vibes only. London, that is right. Positive vibes. And ever since then, I've surrounded myself with positive people. My life is just really, now I've had my days, right? We all have our days where we get sad, you might kind of crazy. So sweet. When we get sad or whatnot, we go through things. We have those emotions. But like I said, we got outlets. We have, like I said, worship music. You have people you talk to. You have journals. I use journal. I got 7 journals, and they all filled up because I just write. all the time about how I feel and speak things into your life. Speak positive things, positive actions. Get rid of negative vibes and negative people. And, you know, suicide is never the answer. It is never the answer. No matter what you're going through, that is never the answer. Because no matter what, your family members would love for you to call them and talk to them, or for them to have you in a mental hospital, and then for them to be looking at you in a coffin. We don't want to do that. So that's just my little spiel, since everybody was asking me what happened. That's what happened. So I've been 2 years and 1 day, and I'm still here, and I'm so thankful to God that I'm still here, because I have so much more that I want to do. I got so many more wigs I want to buy, and I got, no, I'm just playing. But anyway, y'all, my phone get ready to die, and I got kids. Oh, you so sweet. You want to learn more about me? Okay. Oh, y'all listen to my podcast too, by the way. Y'all can learn a lot about me. But I love y'all, and speak those things that be not as though they are. You better come with the scripture, mama. I was waiting on you. You better come with that scripture. Hey. You better come on, Londa. You don't know how many people you help with this live. We're going to need a weekly meeting. London, see, that's why I do this, because, see, I was going to go, but see, London then brought me back. This is why I do this. I do this to help. I don't care if it's just 1 or 2 people on here. My mama going to be on here every time, regardless, and my sister. I don't care how many people is on here. If I can say, ooh, going on a day, hey, Aunt Trish, if I can help just encourage one another is good, but you also have to encourage yourself. Yes, that is true. That's what I said about that. You have to. I listen to my worship music. I got my journals and stuff. But yes, London, if it's just one person that I can help, I'll take that. I'm just trying to help, even if it's just one. And that's the reason why I do talk about my experiences and the things that I've been through, because I want to help people, and I want people to know who have been through the stuff that I have been through, that, hey, you can get through this. It have hard days, boy. I used to, my mama tell you, I used to cry going all the way to work, all the way home. On my lunch break, I cry, and I just was so tore up. And my mama said, you got to get up and go to work, honey. You can cry, you keep on crying, but you got to get up and you got to go to work. You can cry on your way to work, get your life together. When you get there, go in there and work. You might cry on the way home. When you get home, you got to get them kids, okay? My mama did not give me the option. She told me, you better cry and wipe your eyes, and when you get and eat, you got to get them children. She told me, you better keep on going. Now they are tears of joy. Yes, honey. They are. I am so thankful to God. Of all the things that have happened, I had some very traumatic experiences in my life. With all the things that has happened, I am so thankful to God that I am still here. I am. I'm so thankful to God. You never know how strong that you are until, you know, you have to be strong. Like, I got to the point where I had to be strong. And God is just, I mean, the things he has just changed in my life. Obviously, of course, God is still working on me. He'll be working on all of us. But just my mindset is different. The people that I'm surrounded with is different. Just everything is different. I'm just like, God, I thank you, because I really thought I was going through the valley. Oh, my God. But when you think you're going through the valley, guess what? God going to take you to that mountaintop. Girl, let me tell you. Because I knew I was going to go through it. I said, man. I said, God, I mean, what are we doing, sir? Like, I can't never get a break. But God kept speaking to me, and he kept talking to me, and I kept telling myself, and I kept saying it and speaking it. I said, I'm going to be all right. Things are going to work out for me. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to strive. I'm going to be great. And God just, man, I could go on and on and on with how good God is. That's why I need to be in somebody's church. Because I could go on and on and on about how good God has been to me and the things he has brought me from. I remember the days I didn't have $1. I was just telling my mama the other day, I went to Chick-fil-A for lunch. And I said, I remember the days I had to take cups of noodles from home to work, because I would have $7 from gas. I would be driving from Eden in the mornings, we were working at ICF, and I would have a cup of noodles, and I would save 40 cents to get some crackers. Back then was 40 cents. I would take 40 cents, get a pack of crackers out the machine, and a cup of noodles, and drink water. That's how for real it is. Y'all just don't understand. Man, let me tell you, I got stories for days of how good God has been to me. He has just been absolutely, absolutely wonderful. He what are you talking about that? Oh, do you? I mean, I really have dealt with a lot of things, but God has been, I mean, he's just been amazing. My mama had told me a story. Well, I had told my mama a story one time. Well, how it happened was, and then I'm going to go because my phone getting ready to die. I had to tell this. So my mom was telling me about a particular person in my life, and I said, you know what? This person has done this and done that, and I'm just so over it and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do this and do that. And my mama said, you know what? The same hole that you dig for that person, you'll turn around and fall in it. This has come from my mama. Y'all know them old wise tales. She said the same hole that you dig for that person, you will turn around and fall in it. And that is so true. Oh my God, that's so true. So there's one last thing. So this fable or whatever you want to call it, story of, it was a man, a farmer. He had a donkey, and we never looked like what we've been through. But God, girl, you better tell somebody. You better tell it. So this farmer had this donkey, and the donkey, he had this well, and he wanted to fill the well up. So the donkey fell in the well. So the man said, the donkey was old. He said, well, shit, I wanted to fill this well up anyway. So I'm just going to throw the dirt on the donkey and fill the well up. So as he was throwing the dirt, and this is how I'm feeling in my situation that I experienced, I said, God, man, they just throwing dirt on me. Every time I turn around, something happening, somebody posting something about me, somebody saying something about me. What is going on? This is the donkey now. The donkey's in his well. The man's throwing dirt in the well. It's just jumping on the dirt. The dirt's just falling on the donkey, and he's like, what the hell is going on? He about to bury me. And that's how I felt. I'm like, God, these people is burying me. They throwing shots. Why can't I throw shots? So anyway, after a while, when he was throwing the dirt, the donkey like shook the dirt off. And he noticed when he shook the dirt off, he patted it on his feet. And he did it a couple of times. Then he noticed like, wait a minute. As I'm patting the dirt on my feet, the donkey was getting higher and higher. So I applied it to my life. Hey, as they throwing dirt on your name, talking shit about you, saying whatever. Oh, excuse me, mama. They doing whatever to you. You take that dirt and you use that dirt. That's your soil. That's your fertilizer. Whatever you want to call it. You shake that dirt off like the donkey did and pack it under your feet. And before you knew it, the donkey had risen all the way to the top. And the farmer that was throwing his dirt on his name and stuff, the donkey then jumped out the hole. Y'all, you know what? Londa, can you shout for me one time? Because that story right there, when I heard that story, it came right on time. So that is to say, for people who didn't get it, is that when people throw dirt on you, talk shit about you, excuse me, mama, again, damn, sorry. When people do stuff like that to you, you have to use that dirt. We all gonna have dirt. I ain't the only person that people have talked about or lied on or said stuff about. When people use dirt and there you go, Londa. I know you are. When people throw dirt on your name or talk junk about you or do you wrong, whether it be in your relationships or in your job or just life in general, in the church in general, you use that dirt. You take that dirt. And you use that dirt as a fertilizer. That donkey was freaking out at first, but then you know what? You better run, girl. You better run. Mama, you better run too. When you take that dirt and you pack that dirt up underneath you, you above that dirt. Before he knew it, that same hole that say it louder for the people in the back. The same hole that farmer was throwing that dirt in, that donkey jumped up, got on top of that dirt, and jumped out that hole. Come on now. That's just... When I say that applied to my life so much, I cannot express that enough. Because at one time, I was really, really going through it in my life. And I said, God, I mean, what are we doing here? Not shout music. I said, God, like, what are we doing? Like, what's really good? Like, I don't understand, like, what's going on. But, like I said, as time progressed and time went on, it just made me stronger. And I grew wiser. And I learned patience, and I learned when to say something, when not to say something, and I just learned so much through the experiences that I have been through. But that donkey story, it just gets me every time, because you think that you going through it, but when you are one of God's children, when you trust solely into God, you cannot trust. Amen, mama. Amen. You cannot look at other people. You cannot look at what other people got going on. You cannot trust in your job. You cannot trust in no man. You cannot trust in your family. When it comes to a certain extent, you won't put all your trust in Jesus. You have to. I've been without a job, and kids, and Christmas, and the same bills. And guess what? I said at the beginning, I said, Mama, ain't nothing gonna get cut off, ain't nothing gonna go back. And I said, God gonna bless me with double. And he didn't gave me triple. And I spoke that stuff, not knowing, not seeing, not believing. I remember I got paid one time. Yes, I see your mama is watching. I remember I got paid one time, and I told mama, I said, Mama, on this bad leg. I said, Mama, I got $48 to my name. I done got paid. I got to go 2 weeks. At that time, I was driving an hour to work and don't even got to drive an hour no more. God, to open up the other door too. And I said, God, I got to drive an hour to work. I got $48. My credit card's all maxed out. I had to use it on other stuff. I said, Mama, I don't know what I'm going to do, but look at me now. I don't even know. I can't even remember what happened, how I got through that. I can't even remember. But I remember having that conversation with my mom, and she said, Keisha, you going to be all right. Then we going to talk about something else. At this point, she was getting sick of me. She said, look, we're going to talk about something else. You're going to be all right. God did not bring you this far to leave you. And he didn't. Like, I remember being down to having $0.00. Like, Mama, I have $0.00. Can you buy my son some diapers? Can you do this? Can you do that? I've been there. And I see where God has brought me to. And I'm just so thankful. I am, man, y'all just don't know how thankful and blessed. And this is why I'm always so optimistic, because I am thankful. I still have my battles and I still have things eternally that I'm working out, as we all do. But I'm so thankful to God for where I am now. And I'm so thankful for you guys for listening to me and taking the time to listen to me. Now, I got to get these kids after 9 o'clock and I got to wrap my daughter's hair up and put her ass to the bed, because that's a whole nother story. But thank y'all so much. I got $48 for you. Tasha, something is wrong with you. Y'all gotta get y'all cut out through that milk out the window. Oh, yes. Oh, my God, Mama. So when my son was born, I gotta tell y'all this real quick. See, y'all keep bringing me back, and I gotta get off because my phone is going dead. When my son was born, I don't know what I was thinking. I ain't had no money. And I had got some milk from the hospital. My mama told me before I had my son, this is off topic. She said, oh, I love you too, Brandon. She said, Keisha, go ahead and make you a week appointment. And I said, Mama, I ain't got to worry about that. I'll make my week appointment when I have my baby. She said, all right. So anyway, when I made my week appointment, it was like 3 or 4 days after I got to the hospital. And I only had the little milk you got from the hospital, and they don't let you get that much. So here I am. Woo, I didn't breastfeed. My baby ain't got no milk. And my mama was so upset. She bought me a can of milk and threw it at me. That's why she said I threw that milk out the window. It was so funny because she took the milk. She was leaving her client's house on the way to the grocery store. My phone has been going. So it's red, but. So yeah, my mama came by the house and threw the can of milk out the window. I was like, Mama, she's like, I told you to go get your week appointment. Y'all got some stories about Joanne, boy. She is too much for me. But yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this live. And I hope, like I said, that you take these things that's happened and apply them to yourself or somebody you know. But show more love, less hate. And that's pretty much it. Y'all check out my podcast too. It's Everything, Even the Kitchen Sink. It's on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. And if you go to my Facebook page, it's on the link. Y'all check it out. Y'all share. It's free. So when you ain't doing nothing, just listen to it, okay? I love you guys. And I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.